Some analysts think Canopy Growth is off its high. That weed stock, you can see there, slumping today, off by about 4.5%. The pain continues for Canopy Growth after Piper Jaffray is predicting weaker sales for the cannabis giant. The note reads, in part, quote, in Ontario, the 42 new stores from the second wave of licenses may not open until November. Held up by a legal challenge to the lottery process, we lower our sales forecast outlook as we recognize near-term risks from a slower retail rollout in Ontario. But here in the U.S., one business is doubling down on the future of cannabis. Los Angeles-based Lowell Herb Co. is launching the nation's first ever Cannabis Cafe. Backed by Miley Cyrus, the cafe gives its customers a place to legally purchase and consume cannabis products. And joining us live from the grand opening in West Hollywood is Kevin Brady. He's director at Lowell Cafe out there in WeHo. Kevin, a big day for you guys. A very big day. Talk to me about how unique it was to kind of get this cafe up and ready to launch.
Oh, that's a story that I honestly will probably turn into a movie one of these days. It has been a unique opportunity for sure. For us, we've really put a lot of effort into working with the local municipality over the last 4 years to make this all come to fruition.
And when you look at what you've been adding, right, tell me what's available at this Cannabis Cafe. How different will it be than, say, going to a rainforest cafe, maybe under the influence?
As far as the cafe, we always wanted to be an institution as far as West Hollywood is concerned. We wanted to be a great restaurant that you could go to. And instead of having alcohol, replacing that with the social aspects of cannabis. So for us, it's always been about really dedicated to a farm-to-table cuisine. And then having that flower service kind of come into the same aspect that people would be expecting when it comes to alcohol. So for us, we'll have flower hosts and we'll have servers as well that can walk you through the entire experience.
Kevin, congrats. This is Heidi here. Not everyone's a fan of Lowell Cafe. You guys are located on a really big street, La Brea, and across the street there's a synagogue there. So I understand that they weren't necessarily a fan of your opening. Can you talk a little bit about those challenges of not having real full support of the community around you?
It's a great question. And I think that there's obviously opportunities for us to always show that we can be a great neighbor. I think for us, what we always looked at it was that we're the first of its kind. We're something new, something different. And a lot of people are a little bit hesitant to see what that's going to do as far as a community. And for what we want to demonstrate every single day is that we can be not only a great business, a great place that employs a lot of our local kind of community, but also being a great neighbor to the community. And I know that there's been some, I don't want to say some concerns, but I think for us, moving forward, what we've been able to do is really kind of rebuild those relationships and demonstrate what we can do to really be a long-lasting business here.
Hey, Kevin, this is Kinsey here. Just a quick question about infusing food with cannabis products here. So I know that your cafe right now kind of features this sommelier type person who talks about the flowers and what's available at the restaurant. But what does the future look like for you in terms of food that's actually infused with THC or with CBD here in the United States?
Great question. And it's something that when we originally submitted the application to West Hollywood, it was something that we really were excited about doing. Unfortunately, the West Hollywood regulations versus the state regulations aren't necessarily at the same level. So we wanted to make sure that we, being first of its kind, abided by that. So knowing that the state is still a little bit behind as far as coming up with regulations to allow it to happen, we realized that we're in the driver's seat and that we can work with them to make these regulations that make sense, so that we can actually start infusing food. But right now, for us, as far as cannabis is concerned, we have obviously flower, vaping, and then we have prepackaged edibles that will be for sale.
You talk about vaping, though. I mean, that's been something that has been very much in the news lately when we talk about health concerns there. What has it been like weighing some of those concerns when we talk about vaping and how that might play a role in the cafe to launch?
Great question. And for us, it's something like that is such a huge aspect as far as media and something that we are following every single day. But also knowing that the products that we are standing behind and the products that we've invited into the cafe are the highest quality products that are on the market. Knowing that we have great partners there, we feel really confident as far as what we're offering here is always going to be safe for the consumer. And at the same time, using our flower hosts that are going to be able to walk our guests through any sort of concerns that they have in their cannabis experience from start to finish.
All right, Kevin Brady on day one of the Lowell Farms Cannabis Cafe launch. Good luck, my friend. I'm sure things will
Thank
be
you so
higher
much.
and higher from here. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it. Hey, investors. Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.